Hi, I'm Vera. Wait, hold on, I'm Vera. Well, we're both Veras. Anyway, welcome to Drawing Doodie, where I take my favorite character, Doodie Reindeer, from There's an Alien in My Toilet, and I put him in all sorts of costumes, from your most iconic characters to just a pirate, or even Thundercats, or a bandit. Well, every day I take Doodie and I have fun, and I'm glad that you're here to have fun with me. If you have time, please check out doodiesworld.com, and if you like this episode and every episode before it, please subscribe, like, and share. Thank you so much, and let's start drawing.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy. I'm back. Another day, another episode where I'm going to, continue with the Christmas theme with Doodie, and we'll see what happens today. So I'm just drinking some tea. Hey, what's up, Lou? How's it going? Yes, you are on time. So let's see. Let's get some music going. I like that song. I like that one. All right. Yeah. So today, I'm gonna have some fun and get a little creative today. So let's see what we end up with. So what I want is I'm gonna just try to figure out and then put something here, right? And then I was actually watching a hostage standoff in California when your life popped up. That's awesome. Wow, what's going on in California? Jeez, hostage, like a real world thing? That's crazy. Wow. Yeah, California's a mess. I don't know what's going on. So this here, I want to fix this because I'm also sitting in the sun, so I can't see so good. Oh wow, the sun. Yeah, I've just been doing chores all morning, unpacking for my last trip, packing for my next trip. I just booked a couple of conventions for next year. Yet I think what am I doing next year? So far, Texoma Comic Con, which is in February, and then Superhero Comic Con, which is in June, and that's in San Antonio. And Texoma is like an hour from me. So it feels good to have a couple of conventions already lined up. The San Antonio one, that's I think a 5-hour drive, and that means hotel stay in a whole bit. But I've never done it before, so I want to try something I've never done. And I've never done either. In fact, I've never done either one of them. But Texoma is run by, I believe, the same group that runs Cowtown. But it looks like it's going to be a big show, a really good show. So I'm interested, and we'll see. So let's see if I do Doodie. Remember, what am I gonna be doing with Doodie? Maybe like the reins here. All right, put his hands. I've been unproductive up to now due to still having a headache. It's starting to go away now, finally. These headaches are why I don't book conventions anymore. I can't afford not to show up. Yeah, that's horrible. That's, I understand. That's horrible. And if you've never had, I mean, you're dealing with them constantly. I get it when when I'm stressed, or if there's a light change. For instance, I was in a room, a conference room, and it was all white desk, white walls, white everything. And it messed up with my eye. I started getting some spots, and I got blurred vision from it, and I had to walk out of the room. And then when I walked into the room, I had to stare at my laptop, which was a solid dark object. So this way, it didn't impair my vision, but it was painful. So I can imagine what you're going through. Because me, things trigger it. Specific things will trigger my sight. So what I want with this is I want Doodie to be riding a reindeer on this, but more like Rudolph. I'm gonna give it the Rudolph nose. Maybe I can't watch strobe light scenes in movies because it triggers. Yeah, I understand. I don't know if I hear my dog whining. I'm never seen outside of my home without sunglasses. That's tough, but hey, you could say that you're hiding from the paparazzi. That you're a megastar. Right? People don't need to know the reasons. Or my eye patch. Oh wow. So I'm gonna have to put maybe something around here, right, and then. At my last job, they assumed I was always. That's messed up. That's messed up. Yeah, but it's amazing how people will create their own narrative of what they believe is going on, right? Instead of just asking. But I guess that's what makes the world go round, right? People love gossip, and people love to you know, create their own fantasy stories. And because it makes more fun when you can say, no, this is the reason why this is happening, or this is the reason why this is happening. I lose my balance due to the visual issues, so people would like to assume. Yeah, people. Yeah, and it's unfortunate. Um, it's like even like when people see like for instance like that couple that crashed at the border of Canada and the U.S. People started talking, making up stories. And for me, I was thinking, like, how do you know the guy didn't have a heart attack or have a stroke? Something happened that all of a sudden that they accelerated the vehicle and they flipped in the air, and they lost their lives. But we like to assume the worst. You're guilty until proven innocent, I guess. I told them I had an eye disease and there was no cure. They still asked when my vision would be back. And I'm surprised that they can get away with that, because you're not supposed to ask those things. That in itself is crazy. They were brutal with me. They still talk about me at that place and have a good laugh at my expense. Yeah, that. See, I've been a senior manager for the past 20 years or whatever. That stuff would never fly, and under my watch, would never even. Those people wouldn't even be in the company. It's like that's unacceptable. I want this like this. There you go. Maybe like this right here, and then maybe put Herman here. I'll put Herman on the back, like chilleando. Yeah, they sound like bullies to me. Well, maybe I shouldn't even do that. Maybe I gotta put. Maybe I'll put the hat on. Yeah, that's better. And then give him like a little throw here, so he's warm. Right, he's sitting in the back, but maybe I might have to shrink him. Joining in the chats on Cast the Craze and here pulled me out of the dark place. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. You know, it's interesting that you say that because I think one of the hardest things to do is get out of those dark spots, right? I think a lot of people struggle with depression um, for many, many reasons. And a lot of it is stuff that society imposes on you. You know, it's like you're going through things because of, people are just insensitive. And they don't take the time to say, hey, how are you? Are you okay? Do you need any help? Do you want to talk? Just the little things, just humanity things. Um, I know for me, the therapy for me is what I'm doing right now is drawing and creating and yeah. And then just being alone. Sometimes just being alone works. Sometimes you need to be with the right people to realize you were with the wrong people. Yeah, absolutely. Makes a difference on I was always been one of those kids, and I think a lot of it has to do with my mom, right? So I was always one of those kids that if I got bad juju from you, or like if I knew that you truly didn't care, you were just around me because of what I can do for you or whatever it is, I just disappeared. I moved on. I just vanished. No questions asked. Didn't respond to emails. I would just vanish. Um, and because I know that this wasn't good for me. Why isn't this? Oh. Yeah, I was good at it too. I'm real good at it. Like even like the neighborhood I grew up in, when my mom passed, I just disappeared. I was like, I don't need to be around some of these people. They're not good for me. Um, okay, there it is. But I think I want to bring you down. Maybe Control T. Control T. Just a little bit so I can get those anthers in and get some more. There you go. Because if like I can read people and people's motives, why be around if they truly don't care? You know what I'm saying? It's like what's the purpose of you hanging around and sticking around? All you're gonna get is probably heartache, or disappointed. So don't pretend you're not seeing what you see. Just let's disappear. and then I didn't have to worry about being hurt again. You know what I mean? It's like cool. Let's start inking this bad boy. Zoom in. Do 15s. Doom, 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 doom. I removed myself from my best friend because I got no response when I poured my heart out. It was more painful waiting for a response, so I made it so there wouldn't be an opportunity to respond. Yeah. You know what I learned when I was a kid? It's funny that you say that. I learned that the friends that I had were great at using me as a sounding board when they were in pain or where they were going through difficulties. But the moment I showed any sign of vulnerability, they didn't want anything to do with it. It was confusing when you're a kid. You don't understand. It's like, wait, hold on. I'm always there for them. But when I need them, they're not there. What's going on here? And then I realized my mom always told me, she said, you're always there for your friends, but you'll know who your real friends are the moment when you need them and they're not around. So be very careful on who you have around you. And that's when I realized, I was like, okay, Sam. So then I just became tough. I built this tough exterior. You can't break me attitude. I didn't care what your opinion was because you didn't care about mine. So, and that's how I moved from that point on. Yeah. And it's unfortunate, because like me, I'm loyal. I'm a really loyal friend. So if you're my friend, I'm there for you, right? And I just never understood where it wasn't reciprocated. It was always at a cost. Like my contribution to the relationship was a lot more than anybody else's. And I was like, oh, I know what's going on here. It's time for me to move on. So, and I've been okay since. It's like once you come to the reality of how the world works, and you have an armor, you protect yourself, and you have the shield up, and you can't, get hurt anymore. And I think that's the biggest lesson that I learned is like, unfortunately, that's the way that people make decisions based on their life experiences. So I'm not going to judge you for the choices that you made. But I'm not going to sit down and continue to allow myself to have to feel a certain way because I don't feel like I'm getting the same back that I'm giving. So I just say la vie, me voy. I'm out. Peace. I just finished watching Maxine's Son, which is the Tyler Perry story. Such a powerful story. What he endured and how and the legacy that he's created for himself and the empire that he's built. It's such a fascinating story. Same thing. He had such a tough upbringing, and somehow he found the courage and resilience to weather the storm and persevere. Or Maxine's Baby, I think it was. I think that's what it's called. One person I decided was not good for me wouldn't leave me alone. They turned into a stalker and were demanding my friendship while also calling me some horrendous names. That is crazy too. But that's somebody that's controlling, right? And the friendship's got to be on their terms, the way they want it. And the moment you change the rules, it disrupted their order of the way of working, and what they thought was normal, and they couldn't handle that, right? So it's interesting how that works. I've saved pages of instances which I was shocked but never respond. That's exactly smart. I never respond. When you respond, you shift the power. You never respond. Smart. It confuses people even more, right? I believe sometimes less is more, and silence is more powerful than any words you can ever use. Um, it's not worth it. Think about the stress it causes you just to partake in a heated discussion. It takes up too much energy, man. Yeah. See, I don't like being angry. I try to contain it because it doesn't make me feel good when I'm angry, and it takes you to like a dark place, and so I just rather avoid. If I can ignore, talk my way out of it, whatever. Um, but I'd rather not even participate in any kind of debate. Let's see what I got here. Oh, look at that. I missed that. Let's see now. What am I missing? Being angry is hard work. It's stressful. It makes you sick. Which is why I prefer comedy over anything else. I like to laugh. Life is too short to be angry all the time. is. That's looking good. Oh, hold on. My dog is barking. Hold on. Let's go. Inside. My dog was outside of the room. All right, so now let's get the reindeer going. I wonder if I want the reindeer brown. Yeah, it's Rudolph, right? So it's got to be brown. I'm thinking of doing Rudolph, right? It's going to be like a... zoom in for the white spots. These spots. My dog is sitting behind me while I'm drawing. She's making huffy noises to remind me to take her out. Yeah, my guys are same way. But what I do is I take them out first before I start doing the stream. But what happens is they don't all come up at the same time. So a couple of them will follow me up. And then a couple of them will wait downstairs. And then that's what he was doing. He was waiting downstairs. And then I heard him whining outside my door. Because I keep it closed because my wife is on the phone. And she talks very loud. So try not to capture that sound on here. I might change that. I don't like that. Oh. I forget. I didn't do. Let's see. There. There. And then maybe like, yeah, that's what I'll do. Normally we walk in the early morning and before sunset, but I'm not capable with the headache. I can do the sunset walk though, as it feels better. Yeah. That must be tough. I need this to erase. Yeah, I'm lucky enough to have a humongous yard. So as soon as we wake up, I just open up the doggy door, and then just pew, and then I go up there and look for the landmines and pick them up. Uh, Come on, man. I guess I'll do like a beige. I love taking it out. We usually see some neighbors, and she loves people. We have a big yard, but she needs. Yeah, I only take 2 of my dogs around the neighborhood because my Chihuahuas they bark at everything that moves, so I just keep them in the yard, and it's a big enough yard for the Chihuahuas to run around. But I take my Shepherd and my Shih Tzu, and we walk around because of we have a lot of neighbors too, and they love seeing the neighbors. All right, so there's the flats. And I did it all in one shot. All right, cool. Let's start with Doodie. Get the night off, lol. Yeah, man. It's gotta be it's funny because the cartoons show a different reindeer from what actual reindeers look like, and the reindeers they're hairy, they're bigger, um, they're different from actual deer. So it's like I'm gonna go with and they have the fur to keep them warm. Yeah, Bambi won't cut it. No. And then I'm thinking that dude Rudolph is older now. He's he's put on some weight. You know. Has your husband got to see Blue Eyed Samurai yet? Finishing the background this new Doodie art, but I still have to paint the characters. I seem to work opposite to you. Oh, I have to color as I go. I do everything from start to finish, because then I give myself anxiety when I don't. I don't like that. Okay. He saw some of the first episode and said it's beautiful. Yeah, it is. It's amazing. That's cool. Yeah, I basically challenged myself. One of the things I committed to this year was when number one, get faster, right? Work on my speed, and two, whatever I start, to finish, because I have a bad habit with my sketchbooks that I don't finish what I start. So I knew that if I was going to do this on digital, I needed to finish what I started. The whole sketch is done. I just always start with the background. I think it helps me. Oh, and now I get what you're saying. No, yeah, the background's in my mind, but I always like to start with the character, because when I look at the scene that I created, then I have an idea of what I want to do from the background. So I tend to not do the background because for me the background is like the setting, and the character is the life, and that's the mental approach that I go with when I'm doing it. So I try to figure out what am I doing with the character first. Like today, I knew that I wanted Doodie to ride a reindeer. I didn't know what it was going to look like. I didn't know if I was going to add Herman into it. And then and as I go, then I'm like, all right, okay, now I know what I got. Now where do I want to take it? And then that's that next step. What? But when I'm approaching the comic book page, I will do the backgrounds first. Most of the time, when I'm doing an art print or something like this, I start with the character. So it all depends on what I'm working on at the time. Because the comic book page, the background is important to get and that's why, my sketching is so rough, right? So my sketching is very rough and loose because I'm building as I go and I'm figuring it all out as I go. I used to do characters first, but I felt like I became lost with the background and felt slow. Yeah, backgrounds, if I'm doing it on paper, like if I'm working on traditional pencil paper, I do backgrounds first. But the great thing about digital is all I have to do is make the characters disappear and build the background and then, just hide the layer and reappear. So I think I just, it's the tricks of the trade that made things easier for me as I was navigating. So that's why I decided to go with that approach first. I sketch loose too. There's no way someone else could paint. I say the same thing. It's my stuff is so rough. My sketches is like if I'm working on a sketchbook, like that I'm gonna sell, I have to go and fine tune all my sketches and like really flesh it out. But when I'm sketching for myself, it's a whole different ball game because all I want is the basic foundation and the basic elements when I'm sketching. I don't need all the details. And then I can add the details when I go back and do the finished piece. Herman's getting smart. Smarty already went to the party. I think Herman is sitting back there wondering if his vacation days have been approved yet. He's got plans. Yep. Oh, he says, I escaped a puppy mill to be hanging out with an alien. What's going on in my life? What the hell just happened here? Oh, geez. What just happened? Where's my brush? Oh, there it is. Sorry. What is this brush? I don't know what this brush is. No, I don't like that brush. I use a little bit of that. Herman's like, I'm not one of those working dogs, right? Yeah, Herman's like, I'm going to eat this jalapeno. I just got to figure out how to get him to fall asleep so I can cook him. Yeah, for a long time, Herman was running away from Kin Ketchum. They were dog napping crew. And they would, he's remembering the Yakusi. Yes, the Yakusi. It was funny when I created there's the end of my toilet. It was like I wanted a rivalry, for Doodie, like a nemesis that was not human and not alien, and that's how Herman came to be. I was like, oh, there's nothing better than a Chihuahua. Chihuahuas are determined, they're brave, they're they're feisty. They got no quit attitude. And I was like, oh, that'd be a perfect arch nemesis for Doodie. That's too much. I gotta label these things because I always forget which brush is which. I don't like that. All right, we're just gonna go the old-fashioned way. That's dope. I'm not taking that. Maybe I could erase all that later. I'm thinking this piece will be, I'm working on be done in a few days and headaches take away. There's an ice cream van roaming the streets right now. It's December. I never saw or heard one throughout this blistering summer. Interesting, huh? Ice cream man. It might be a front. Ice cream man. Yeah, I think he just clipped the mail. He just clipped the mailbox. Oh, yeah, he's probably drunk. It could be eating all those ice cream pops. I don't even know. I don't remember the last time I had ice cream from an ice cream truck. Where was I? It was probably like my maybe 5th year of marriage. We lived in this brownstone in Jersey, and the truck used to come by the neighborhood all the time. And my wife used to get sprinkle cones. I don't remember what I used to get. The brain freeze is no joke. I remember the first time I got brain freeze. I was like, what is happening to me? It was excruciating. I sprinted after an ice cream truck in my 20s for my niece. When I returned with ice cream, she said, Auntie Lou, I didn't know. Wow, I didn't know you could run. I didn't know you had it in you. Yeah, that was the thing. Ice cream truck, man. And if you were the kid who didn't have money for your ice cream truck, man, some of the kids were cruel. They'd make fun of you. There was always this one kid's father. You know, once in a while he'd be outside as the kids are going after the ice cream truck. And he was very attentive to what was happening. And, when he saw the kids like bullying the kids who didn't have ice cream, he'd go out and get those kids ice cream. I'm a next gymnast, dancer, and kickboxer. Of course I could run. Uh-oh. Well, look out now. She said, and kickboxer. What? Just gonna get some of this in there. And I'll. Yeah, it's always sad when kids make fun of other kids for their disadvantage, or their parents didn't have the means to be able to, I mean, kids are cruel. Like I remember, if my parents weren't if my mom wasn't home, and I didn't have money I knew exactly when the ice cream truck would come. So right before he would come, I'd go home. I'd wait till after the kids had the ice cream, and then I come out. So this way, I wouldn't be subjected to the knuckleheads that were just like, oh, whatever. And I always found a way to avoid the ridicule. Like, where you going, Sam? Oh, I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be back. Go in my house. No. I'm going to my house because I gotta get something. And then ice cream truck will come. Everybody do their thing. I come back outside. And then the days that my mom would leave me $1 or a couple of bucks, I'd be out there for the ice cream. That's dope. Gymnast, kickboxer. Watch out now. My wife was in gymnastics when she was in school. Oh, yeah. All right. So I got the gist of it. Now let's see what I want for a background. Let me put this into a folder first. So this way, when I do the background, I want almost like a frosted background. Frost. Jack Frost nipping. Was it? Oh, chestnuts open on an open fire. Roasting on an open fire. There you go. Boom. Let's just drop that in there real quick. All right. So there's the blue background. My mother bought all the kids ice cream, and then she stopped when no one bought for us when we were struggling. Exactly. That's what I mean about, like, my mom said you'll be there for them, but then when you need them, they won't be there for you. That's exactly her point. Right now, I'm just experimenting. I'm playing. See what comes up. Had us covered though. Vince was a great guy. That's cool. Oh, that's too much. There you go. Alright, so then maybe I'm actually having fun with this one. Overlay. Oh, I forgot that one right there. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, that's right, because I did that. Cold out there. Brr. So there it is. They're traveling in the blistering cold, trying to get the books out to all the readers. The countdown to Christmas with Doodie and Herman. That does look cold to me. That's pretty fun to draw. But yeah, so I won't be back on the stream till Friday because I'll be traveling this week. But I'll be back on the stream Friday. And again, if you're watching this for the first time, my name is Samuel. I'm an independent comic book creator. I have a book called There's an Alien in My Toilet, which is currently on the Indiegogo right now. Get yourself a copy if you haven't done so already. If you like this episode, give me a thumbs up, hit that like button, share it with a friend. Let everybody know where you saw this channel and this episode. Thank you, Lou. I'm glad that your headache is getting better and your sight's getting better. Have fun this week. And I'm going to DM you later about an idea that I have. But thank you for joining me today. I can't wait to see what you did with the piece that you're doing. And for everybody out there, again, I hope you guys have a fantastic week. Take some time to spend it with the people who care, that mean the most to you. And with that said, I'm Samuel. This is The Art of Samuel. And I am signing out. If I can find the checkout button. There it is. Peace in the Middle East, guys. Bye.
Hey, don't forget to subscribe. And while you're at it, hit that like button. Share it with a friend. And pick up a copy of There's an Alien in My Toilet on doodiesworld.com. See you next time. Have a great day.